boy named Bill lives around here. He lives on this street, in this house. If Bill were going to tell you about his house, he might say,
"Our house is brown. It has windows and doors and other stuff. My room is upstairs."
Or Bill can tell you about his house in another way, with a poem.
"Our house has lots of doors and floors and walls and other stuff, all put together to last forever. It's big and strong and tough. Inside, we've got some stairs and chairs and rugs and lamps and all. And Mom and Dad will sure get mad if I play here with my ball. I like our house okay. Today, I'll play outside a while. When I come back, I will not track mud on the kitchen tile."
Bill's poem doesn't just tell us what he sees when he looks at his house. It lets us know how he feels about what he sees. Here's Bill now. He seems to be just playing, but at the same time, he's thinking and feeling. Poems can help him to tell us his thoughts and feelings. Now, looking at Mr. Williams, the postman, Bill remembers a poem he's heard about a postman. Watch Mr. Williams while we listen to Bill's poem.
"The whistling postman swings along, his bag is deep and wide, and messages from all the world are bundled up inside."
Perhaps you notice that the poem moves along in the same way that Mr. Williams does. This movement, or beat, is the rhythm of the poem. There are other things beside rhythm that we might notice in poems Bill knows. For instance, listen to part of another poem that he knows, a poem about his shadow.
"I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see."
Now that we've heard some lines from the poem, let's read them. "I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see." Think about the words me and see. These words sound alike, and it's fun to say them together. Me, see, me, see, me, see. But let's go on with the poem about the shadow.
"He hasn't any notion of how children ought to play, and can only make a fool of me in every sort of way."
Now that we've heard more lines from the poem, let's read them. "He hasn't any notion of how children ought to play, and can only make a fool of me in every sort of way." Think about the words play and way. Like me and see, they're fun to say together. The way the words match is called rhyme. So poems may have rhythm and rhyme. Do all poems have rhyme? Listen to this one.
"Bang, bang, dig, dig, click, click, boom." I almost have to hold my ears when it starts. The noise of the digging, building, moving machines.
Bill's poem doesn't rhyme, but it has rhythm. Making it up, Bill used words to make a kind of picture for us, a word picture. Often when we think of the words of poems, pictures come into our minds. Everyone's word pictures are different, so it might be fun to see some things that Bill has seen and to hear some poems about them. Let's listen to some poems about things he did one day with his father. There's a building in town that goes up to the clouds. How many stories? Count. 20, 30, 40, 50, 74? I don't know. I can't see anymore. The drum major's leading the band. In his hand is a stick, a baton that he spins as they all march along. Hear the song? The drummer boy taps with his stick, makes a click on his drum, rat-a-tat and a bang as he plays with the band. Understand? But the one I like most plays the flute, toodle-toot. She's the one that sounds best as the band plays its song. Am I wrong? A ship sailed into town today from way across the sea. It picked up things in far-off lands and brought them here to me. I wish I were a polar bear, all white and soft with furry hair. I'd dive and swim, splash in my pool, and never have to go to school. It looks like fun to hold the gun that they use to put grease in a car. But when they grease a car, you have to stand far away. 'Cause from a closer view, they may get goo on you. Bill has seen many things today and thought of many poems too. And now, in bed, he thinks of another.
I lie in bed and wonder, after Daddy's tucked me in, about the things I saw today and places I have been. The sound of Daddy's radio comes tinkling up the stairs and enters softly through the door and mixes with the cares I've had today. Oh, yes, I do recall. It's just that I am all worn out. Good night, sweet dreams. I think the night will fly.
Now that you've seen and heard some poems Bill enjoys, maybe you'll want to hear and read more poems, or even make up some of your own. Bill made up a poem about his house, and maybe you'll want to make up one about your own house, whatever kind of home it may be. Bill made up poems about things his father showed him. You've probably seen different kinds of places and people and things, and you can make up poems about them. What in this whole world would you like to make up a poem about?